enjoy a good debate? Well, Japan's not the place for you then. Hello, my name is Greg Story. I'm the president of Dale Carnegie Training here in Japan and the best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery. We're here in the High Performance Center in Akasaki, Minato-ku, the business center of Tokyo, and we are doing another video in a series on doing business in Japan. And today I want to talk about face, saving face particularly. Now, it's very interesting. We come from Western cultures where debate is part of the education system. What is a debate? A debate is basically an argument between two teams, and each team is trying to one-up the other team, trying to show they're smarter, they're superior, they're more clever. This sort of smarty pants culture is part of Western culture, right back to the Greeks with oratory and all the way through. We admire people who can speak well, we admire people who are smart, we amused when people one-up someone else. I come from Australia, it's a very macho country, and growing up as a young man, being one-upped all the time or trying to one-up somebody else was part of the culture of growing up. Be it in sports or doing crazy things, jumping off riverbanks or you name it, everyone's trying to one-up somebody else. So this sort of culture of being bigger, better, bolder, brassier than somebody else is completely different to Japan. Japan, debate will never take place here because it's basically an argument, and Japanese are trained not to argue. It's a high-density culture, has been for a very long time, living on top of each other. They've worked out that you need to have calm, harmony, no arguments. Now, we know that, Japan's different, but sometimes in business we forget. So we may be very strong in our opinion in a meeting with the Japanese buyer or with suppliers or with our staff. And we may be very, very boisterous in what we're saying. That can be interpreted as bullying. That can be interpreted as trying to push me down. That could be interpreted as you're being arrogant to me, as I'm the buyer. You're talking to me like this, that's arrogant. So this whole thing about preserving face is very, very important. And it also comes down to mistakes. Japanese don't like mistakes. They're perfectionists. They like everything to be perfect. And so if a mistake happens, that's a loss of face. So how we handle mistakes, right? How we handle our own mistakes all becomes very, very important. So when we're dealing with Japanese buyers or clients, our staff, our suppliers, colleagues, whatever, we've always got to remember they are concerned about how they look and face. So when we may become very vigorous in our opinion, that can seem like an attack. That can seem like you're arguing with me. You're trying to make me lose face here in front of everybody. Worst thing you can do is criticize someone publicly. And that's a big no-no. Even arguing with someone or trying to argue with someone publicly, another big no-no. You want to debate the point, they don't see it as a debating point, they see it as an attack. They see that as an affront and they take it personally because you're making them lose face in front of everybody. Now, you might be 100% correct. Bully for you. The trouble is, no one cares about that. They worry about their face. They don't want to be shown up in front of other people. They don't want to be proven wrong in front of other people. They don't want to be one-upped in front of other people. They don't want any of that. So when we think about doing business, we've always got to think, what's the other person's face here? Now, yes, they may have done something wrong or too slow or not well enough or missed something. How you handle that is very, very critical. Now, we had a case with a client. It was actually a gaishke, a multinational client, but the team are all Japanese. And they had a very robust Western-style legal contract, and it had this provision and penalties for this and penalties for that in case we got things wrong. But it also had a provision that if they cancelled the training, we're a training company obviously, they cancel the training within a certain period of time before the training was due to start, then we would invoice them for the full training. That's exactly what happened. The HR department got it wrong, they weren't on the ball, they missed the time, the training was postponed. I could have said, well, my legal right is for you to pay us for that day of training. Now, we had to pay the instructor, by the way, because we haven't arranged it with them. We can't, they say our training's on, our training's not on, they don't get paid, they've got to get paid. But I knew this would make the people in the HR division lose face inside the company because someone would say, hang on a minute, why are we paying these fees? We didn't even do the training. Oh, we missed the deadline. It's a penalty. It's in our own contract. So I said, okay, look, normally that would be the case, but we will overlook it, knowing I was saving face for those people. So this is where we've got to think cleverly about how we have a good, harmonious, good partnership relationship with clients, with staff. I know in the case of my own staff, I'm a very go, go, go sort of guy, no patience, has to happen yesterday. So I have to be very careful because I can be very pushy and strong and driver type, that I don't let people in my team lose face. I'm not saying I'm always successful, by the way, but I've got to be thinking like that. I've got to be careful what I say, and I don't debate. We can have discussions. There's a discussion and there's a debate. A discussion is a flow of ideas. A debate is trying to win the argument. Persuasive, yes. Winning the argument. You lose, I win. Therefore, you lose face in a Japanese context. I win. Bad idea. So, when you're dealing with Japanese clients, colleagues, and suppliers, always remember, for them, face is very, very important.